In this video, we're going to be talking about 10 simple ways to accelerate your fat loss. I know a lot of you are trying to lose weight. It's difficult. Believe me, I've been there. But I'm going to give you 10 ways to accelerate this, to make this much more bearable. I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence, how to get the physique you want, how to get the girls you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to the Bulldog mindset. If that sounds like something you are all about, click that subscribe button and join us on this quest. So 10 simple ways to accelerate your fat loss. Number 10, I suppose this would be, cut out all added sugar. If you just do this, if you cut out all added sugar, cutting out all sugar period, it's possible. It's pretty difficult to do. It's not going to be something that's usually sustainable for most people. I mean, fruit has fructose in it. Okay, it's going to have sugar in it, but what I'm talking about is added sugar. Added sugar is what you want to avoid. You don't want to have things that have added sugar. If you just cut that out, it's going to cut out most processed foods, and it is going to greatly cut down the calories that you consume. Not only that, when you consume a lot of sugar, your taste buds sort of change. That sugar is going to change your taste buds. It's going to change your cravings. Whereas if you had no sugar for like a week, a lot of healthier, more nutritious foods are going to be more appealing to you. Number 9, which we just kind of talked about, is eat a lot of vegetables. The reason for doing this is not because it's going to make you super healthy. In fact, there's people that are really healthy just on a carnivore diet. You know, organ meats are actually have the most vitamins and nutrients possible. When you eat a lot of vegetables, the thing is, vegetables have a very low density of calories. Okay, they have a lot of fiber, and they take up a lot of volume, right? If you ate a whole bowl of broccoli or spinach, it's only going to be like maybe 80 or 100 calories, okay? If even that much. And so much of that's going to be fiber, so it's going to fill you up. One of my favorite things is to get one of those cans of like light soup that's like 100 calories or 90 calories soup, and then I just load it up. I have maybe some frozen vegetables that like in a bag, and I'll put that in there, put some frozen spinach in there, heat it all up, and I end up having this huge soup. But it's so loaded up with vegetables. First of all, it tastes better. It's a lot more filling, like a hearty soup. And second of all, it is so few calories, right? I'm only adding maybe 50 calories to that whole thing, and that's a whole big meal. So eating a lot of vegetables, especially if you're going to go out to eat, especially if you're going to eat something that is, eating the vegetables first can kind of pre-fill you up, so you don't have as big of an appetite. It's taking up space in your stomach. Number 8 is walk on a treadmill at max incline. This is really easy, and it will really burn a lot of calories. Okay, if you walk on a treadmill at the max incline for about an hour a day, all right, you're gonna burn as many calories as if you ran an hour a day. In fact, you can do this for a longer period of time. At one point when I was dropping a whole bunch of weight, when I dropped about 100 pounds, I walked on the treadmill for about 2 hours a day while I was working. Just had my laptop on there, especially when I'm doing phone calls. Here's a little hack for you. If you work from home, or if you have to make some business calls or phone calls, get on the phone and walk on the treadmill. Or you can watch a television program, preferably read a book. That's even better. And you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But walking on a treadmill, just walking, all right, especially on a high incline, it burns a lot of calories without a lot of effort. It's a real easy thing to do that actually is very effective. 7, get a wireless scale. The reason why I say this to accelerate your fat loss is because if you track your weight every single day, and if you have one of those wireless scales like I do, you can basically track, and it'll automatically upload your weight and your body fat percentage. Body fat percentage maybe not so accurate, but the changes from day to day, you can track that over time, and that's going to help you, because what gets measured gets improved. Don't get too caught up on it and think that you're going to have day-to-day fluctuations. That's fine. You should be looking at basically the average over a week, or at how was I this week compared to last week. But just knowing it every single day is going to help keep it on your mind and help you to lose fat. Next, eat the same meals every day. I know this is boring as fuck, and it's not a lot of fun, all right? But if you eat the same meals every day, it makes it real easy to stick to the plan and to adjust things. Let's say you eat the same meals every day, and you weigh yourself every day. You can see what the progress is, right? Because there's not going to be as much fluctuations from sodium retaining water or from just the bulk that's in your stomach, because you're eating the same stuff. And then if you're not making progress, guess what you do? You just cut back some of that food, and then you can see, you can make a small change, right? You can even just cut 100 or 200 calories out, and then you can measure your progress over time. So eating the same meals every day, it's also going to help you in terms of not eating too much, right? Variety is what's going to make you overindulge and eat too much. But if you're eating the same foods, you're going to get bored of those foods, and that's fine. So you won't be eating them for enjoyment as much as you'll be eating them because you need to eat them for your nutrition. And then create accountability. Okay, so one thing that makes me accountable is that I'm on video almost all the time, right? When I start to get fat, you guys are like,
"You're getting fat."
When I start to get ripped, you guys are like, "Hey, you're looking jacked, man." So it encourages me, but it also gives me accountability. If you can reach out to a friend, if you can post on social media, say what your goal is, and the thing is, you can't just say your goal, all right? You have to give updates. That's how you get accountability. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm going to lose 20 pounds this year or this month." Bullshit. I want to see your pictures, or I want to see your progress every single day. That's what true accountability is. If you have a friend that you're being accountable with and you're trying to lose weight, tell them every day, give them a progress report, an update on a regular cadence, and that will hold you absolutely accountable. That will make a huge difference, okay? Number 4, lift heavy. If you want to lose fat, okay, then make sure that you're lifting heavy. Otherwise, you're going to lose the muscle, and it's going to be wasting your time and your effort. There's nothing worse than dieting, okay, and doing a good job only to lose muscle instead of the fat that you want, that you work so hard for the muscle. So lift heavy, not high rep shit, none of that, just lift heavy. The same thing that builds the muscle is what also is going to maintain it. We're down to number 3 here. Fast 1 full day a week. Okay, so if you just do nothing else and you just add this one thing, if you just fast 1 day, so 1 full day you don't eat at all, it will greatly help you, especially if you're on any kind of diet program. Why? Because fasting covers up a multitude of sins. If you fast 1 day, let's say, the average person might be negative 2,000 or negative 2,500 calories. So if your deficit for every day was, let's say, 500 calories, okay? And so for 6 days, or let's say 5 days, you did 500 calorie deficit. So you're at negative 2,500, okay? And then you fucked up or you cheated or whatever, and you ended up having a 2,000 calorie surplus 1 day, all right? Because you went out to eat and you drank and all this shit. You basically nullified all of the gains from the previous 5 days, all of the losses of fat, all right? But then you have your one saving grace, that fasting day, which now puts you right back where you need to be. So it sort of acts as a catch-all, especially if you're measuring your calories wrong or you mess up a little bit here. It's not an excuse to mess up, but and if you do perfect diet, then heck, that's an extra maybe 2,000, 2,500, for me probably 3,000 or 3,500 calories that you're burning, which is going to accelerate things a lot faster. Number 2 is go high fiber. When I go and I'm looking at the store and I'm looking at food to buy, I'm getting a lot of vegetables, of course, right, when I'm trying to cut, but I'm also looking at fiber counts, right? I'm looking for high protein, high fiber, like tortillas, right? I find those are good. Or, there's a lot of different breads and stuff like that where they're made super high fiber, okay? Or if you're going to get some cereal or something like that, even if it's some processed food, as long as it's really, really high fiber, what you're going to find is it's always going to be more filling, for less calories for the quantity, so you can eat a lot more food. Why eat a tortilla that is like 200 calories when you can eat one that is 70 or 80? Okay, it's going to make a huge difference if you're making a wrap or something like that. So try to be high fiber. That's why oatmeal is generally good, right? It's because it's super high in fiber, right? That's why berries are good, because they're high in fiber. It's going to give you more bulk without as many calories. So as long as you're like really try to concentrate on getting super high fiber, vegetables are obviously high fiber, it's going to allow you to eat more food, okay? That's the key there. And then number 1, you can probably guess this if you've known me for a while, which is OMAD. Most people who go and just do 1 meal a day, all right, if you're starting out doing that, you're going to see massive drops in weight and fat, okay, if you just do OMAD. It's the simplest, easiest thing to do to accelerate your fat loss. If you're on a diet, just try eating 1 meal a day. But if you just do OMAD, you're going to find that is going to work phenomenally well for most people. Most of my coaching clients, when I'm coaching them, I just put them on OMAD and they lose weight, right? That's the only change we have to make. They're like, oh, should I run? Should I do this? I'm like, no, let's just try OMAD, and it works for a good amount of time. Eventually, when you get to a sticking point, you're gonna have to do more of this stuff. That's it. Those are the 10 simple ways to accelerate your fat loss. If you have any questions, let me know, leave a comment. I will see you next time. Take care.